Alright everyone, since apparently this is a Sonic channel now, let's talk Sonic. So since I haven't uploaded in a couple of days and there have been a couple of new developments involving Sonic, I figured I'd use this video as a means of playing catch-up. So Sonic Team apparently fixed Update 3 of Sonic Frontiers. And now some people are saying it's too easy after previously complaining it was too hard. You guys, sometimes, I swear to God, you just make me wanna... just... Alright, let's just try to cool off here. Have people forgotten these updates are free? Like, seriously. Okay? People had no obligation to play Update 3 in the first place. Okay? And if they decided to do so, that's on them. Right? That's what I gotta say about that. And as for the fixes, they mainly apply to easy mode. Okay? So, if you think it's too easy on easy mode, and too hard on normal mode, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Honestly. Like, can we at least try to appreciate the fact that Sega is at least trying, okay? Seriously. But hey, not everybody feels the same way I do, so I'm gonna try to be a little more understanding here. To some extent, I perfectly get it. It really seems like Sega does not understand balanced difficulty, because it's always either too easy or too hard. Right? Like, I've defended Superstars in a previous video, and I still stand by what I said about the game being good, but those bosses, bro, especially towards the end, holy fuck. Okay? Now, the bosses are designed the way they are in that game because of, like, multiplayer, but god, that game really needed some difficulty scaling based on how many players were on the screen. And the game simply did not have that, meaning you were gonna have a pretty miserable time if you were playing by yourself. And Frontiers Update 3, it wasn't perfect, by any means, and I get the it's free excuse isn't gonna fly with everybody. But, some people just need to appreciate the fact that Sega at least fucking tries these days. Like, I get it, people are skeptical that Sonic's ever gonna be perfect going forward, and it's been so many years of just, you know, failure after failure, that, yeah, people are a bit fed up, and I get that. I fully understand that. But at the same time, Frontiers is probably the most effort Sega has put into a Sonic game in a long freaking time. Okay? And that just begs the question, like, when is it gonna be good enough? When is it gonna be good enough for people? I guess for some people it's just never gonna be, and us Sonic fans are just gonna have to freaking accept that. But yeah, whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm sick of bitching at you people. Yeah. Don't mind the cats. Anyway, let's talk Sonic Dream Team. Can you believe I actually got it to work on here? Yeah, I thought for sure it was not gonna work on this old-ass frickin' phone, but it actually more or less did. So, cool. So, what are my thoughts? Honestly, it freaking surprised me, dude. Like, it's surprisingly good for, like, an Apple game. Like, very much so. It's probably one of the best mobile games I've ever played. Even with that said, though, like, some of y'all out here are saying this game is better than Frontiers, and y'all are on some major crack. Like, what the hell? I'm sorry, but Sonic going all anime protagonist on a giant mecha titan while Sleeping with Sirens is playing in the background, okay? That's peak fucking Sonic, if you ask me. Like, that game's a 9 out of 10 for that alone. Now, one thing I will give Dream Team massive credit for is the level design. It's very good. Probably some of the best level design in a Sonic game in a while. And all the levels are original, so... Good on you. Good on you for that one. And I do understand why some people would prefer this game over Frontiers, since it does feel more Sonic-y than Frontiers does. How this game can take place in a dream and Sonic still feels less out of place than he does on Starfall Islands is beyond me. However, in context of Frontiers' story, I feel like that was very much intentional and a lot of people were missing the point. But I digress. The absolute best way I can describe the game for those who haven't played it is it's basically a boost game with adventure-ish level design. The levels are much more open-ended, granted not as open as like the open zones in Frontiers obviously, but definitely more open than the, you know, more streamlined levels of the boost titles of previous. This game also has the largest roster of playable characters in a mainline Sonic game in years, at 6 playable characters, including Rouge and Cream, who haven't been in Sonic games for a while. Pretty sure the last time Rouge was playable in a mainline game was Sonic 06, and the last time Cream was playable was in Sonic Heroes in 2003. Holy shit. The game is also set up much like Sonic Adventure 2, and the fact that you'll have 2 characters that play exactly alike, like how Sonic and Amy are both focused on speed, Tails and Cream can both fly, and Rouge and Knuckles can both glide and climb walls. I am just a little bit butthurt that Shadow isn't playable though. You guys were this freaking close. There were some minor performance issues though, but I think that's based solely on what device I was playing on, okay? I tried 2 different devices, both of which were from 2016, and they both ran pretty much the same. That being with some frame drops every so often and some flickering textures. But the gameplay I saw online didn't appear to have those issues, so again, I think it just has to do with the fact that the phones I was playing on were from 2016, so just don't play on phones from 2016 and you'll have a much better experience. That said though, the game is perfectly playable, so if all you can get is a SE or an S7, which is the devices I was playing it on, then it will work. Just keep in mind it's like playing Sonic Frontiers on Switch. It works, but it's not ideal. But hey, I can't complain too much. Both of those phones were given to me free of charge, and I was able to get a free trial of Apple Arcade, so I did not pay a dime to play this game. So, no complaints on my end. And I was able to get a PS5 controller set up, and it worked perfectly, so I had a pretty solid experience overall. That said, I really do hope this gets ported to consoles at some point, because it would be a crying shame if this game ended up being lost to time. And it does very much feel like a console Sonic game on mobile phones. Obviously, it didn't have like that high of a budget, and if it ever does come to consoles, I hope it's cheap. But this is very much a mainline Sonic game. It has a story, it has like, you know, fully fleshed out game mechanics. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it would suck if this game was lost to time. Like, I don't think too many people will be crying in their beer over Sonic Dash or Sonic Runners, but this game is different. This game needs to be preserved, and like, if anyone starts a petition to get this game on consoles or Android, I'll sign it. Like, link me to it, bro. Like, I'll do it. Bottom line, Dream Team is good, and I'm kind of pissed off about it because not everybody's going to be able to play it, okay? Not everybody wants to buy a frickin' Apple device just to play this shit. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. Don't be a-holes in the comments, okay? I'm watching you. Don't make me go super again. I'll do it. Anyway, Peace.